Hey guys, it's me Maple, of course, and in this video, I'm just gonna chill and play this simple game called Node Buster. I've played it a little bit, but the main purpose of this video isn't about the game. It's mostly, like usual, for me to talk. It's my little vlog, it's my diary, you know, that's what I do. So I'm gonna start a new game here. And let's begin. So I believe that I left off on this channel shortly before I went to Furpocalypse, my second furry convention after going to Furpocalypse last year and meeting one of my ex-partners. Alright, upgrade the damage. Now I've said ex-partners because if you've been sticking around this channel for a while, you know that I am polyamorous and that I had two partners, Sophie and Chris. We're all still family, we're all still friends, we're all still friendly and care about each other. None of that's changed, really. I was the one that kind of forced it to stop. And it was because a mix of things. Some of it was selfish, I will admit. I won't get into too many details. But, dang, some of it was indeed just because I was being selfish. Some of it was because I just couldn't really handle all of it anymore. It's a hell of a lot of responsibility to manage two relationships at the same time. And I couldn't really do that anymore. And I felt like I needed more time for me. And after doing that, I have felt a lot better. I feel more relaxed and free to be me, to say the least. I am still working on transitioning. As you can tell, my voice needs a lot of work. I haven't done any voice training, and I'm not really trying too hard to sound feminine right now. It's 3:12 a.m. and I've been talking with ChatGPT a lot. I started paying for it, and I'm using it as sort of a therapist in a way. One that I feel like it's, after going to therapy, a lot better than a human. To be completely honest. Let's upgrade my health a little bit here. Alright. The random bright white screen isn't fun. But this is a very simple game. Besides the upgrade screen, you don't have to click or anything. I will say Furpocalypse was a growing experience. We all got high, very high. Smoked my very first blunt. Multiple, actually. I have a few that I have to make now as well because I bought paper and flour. It has been extremely therapeutic and just necessary. For Bach was definitely a catalyst for all of us, especially one of us. But it was a wonderful time despite all of the problems. It's stressful, of course, but incredible either way. I was able to finally be myself, fully dressed in feminine clothing for the very first time in public. And it was eye-opening because I've spent a lot of time questioning whether or not I really am trans. Because sometimes it's hard to believe yourself. Really, genuinely it is. And there's endless questions. Am I really feeling dysphoric? Is it just some other mental illness going on? Is it FOMO? Is it this or that? And after having experienced life as a woman, really, I did realize that it genuinely is what I want. It's what I'm after. It's something that's definitely missing from my life. And I don't want it to be anymore. Especially with everything going on in the world. The election. I can't be fucked to hide that anymore. To be afraid. It's not worth it. Because all it does is hurt me and let the bad people win. Who wants to let the bad people win? No one does. Trying to think of other things to talk about. I'm not sure. No, I think I did mention that I started a new job. I'm now a lunch lady at a private school, and it has been the best job I've ever had. Not because it pays amazing, not because I have, any status or anything like that. It's purely because I have at least 2 out of 3 amazing coworkers that are fun and welcoming and create an environment where I actually want to come to work. But my job actually feels like it has purpose for once. Most of my jobs have been simple janitorial, custodial work, house attendant at a hotel, a maintenance technician, assistant, technically, at a Costco. Although Costco paid very well, and I do miss that job. And I'd never be rehired because the manager hates me. That's a whole nother story. I feel like I have a purpose here, even if it's not that significant. Serving kids food, making them food every single day. I make over 20 pizzas a day just by myself in 2 hours or less. Along with many other things while doing that. And it's not even including the cooking time and all the other logistics we have to consider, which is a lot more than you'd think. It's always fun and interesting learning the back end of things that people don't often see. Something as simple and mundane as a school cafeteria has a lot more depth and thought put into it than a lot of people realize. The amount of timing, numbers, preparation, assumptions that you have to make. It puts a lot of weight on your shoulders. I'm not even like a boss or anything there. And even if it's relatively insignificant, it still has boosted my confidence in myself, especially after my last job being so horrible to me. I worked at a place, a hobby store, as a game tavern steward. It was an interesting and awful experience from the beginning to the end. The first boss I ever told to fuck off to his face in front of other employees because he illegally cut my pay without telling me. I don't have the time or energy to report him because I know nothing will actually be done anyways. If this was California, it'd be a little bit easier, and I'd have connections that could actually get something seen, taken care of, but this is Connecticut. And as good as Connecticut can be compared to other states, it's still not that great. I have considered the possibility of moving to Massachusetts or Vermont. What is this? Prestige? Sure. And I think that I'd probably enjoy it a lot more in Massachusetts than I really thought. I always shit on Massachusetts mostly because I moved to Connecticut and everyone here shits on Massachusetts. But genuinely, it's besides the roads being god awful, and same with the drivers, it is pretty amazing. I have gone to Northampton 3 times in the last month. I hate driving, especially far, and far to me is 30 minutes, and that's how long it takes me to get to Northampton. I have recently also made friends, a lot more friends than I have before, because of the freedom that we've finally provided each other. Not that we couldn't make friends beforehand, that implies a very controlling and unhealthy relationship, and I don't want to imply that, because that is not what's happening. It's more of a fear, a unfounded fear from past trauma that we've all experienced. And you know, children can be cruel, parents can be the cruelest, same with siblings, and childhood friends mixed in with that. There's just a lot of emotion mixed up that one could get lost in. And at some point, you can easily forget that you're a human with free will, that you can make friends and do whatever the fuck you want. I've spent a lot of my life not realizing that I could. A lot more than I'd like to admit. Being stuck because I chose to be. As much as I'd like to blame it on my parents or something else, and although it is partially their fault for not being there for me, for not encouraging me, for not educating me, for not pushing me, I still, if I knew better, could have done so much better. That being said, what's done is done. The ink is dry, the past is written, and all you can do is live for a better future. Just do your best to make sure that you're happy, the people you care about are happy, and that you finally give yourself that chance to explore and try new things that you've been terrified of, that you've had hang-ups on that you don't understand. One thing I've been trying to learn to enjoy more is the journey, embracing imperfection and the realness. It's not easy, you know, growing up being made fun of for every little thing, being judged for every little thing. It does sting, and it sticks around. No matter how hard you try, it sticks around. But even if it sticks around, that doesn't mean you can't fight it. And fear is anything but a good excuse. But I am very thankful that weed is becoming more accepted and legal everywhere. Because if it wasn't, then I wouldn't have gotten into it, because there's no way I'd ever find a plug or get it from a dealer somewhere. There's no way. But having access to just gummies, let alone the vape. Like, I've had gummies, I've gotten high, but getting high in a social setting, letting go, it helps so much with letting go. Without having to get drunk or anything as well. And you don't even need to get insanely high either to get that feeling. Which I was on Adderall for a while, and I haven't been taking it for about a week now. Relying on, the occasional puff or two, or maybe more than I should, I'll admit. It has been so much better for me, which is kind of strange, because I was one of those people that never did drugs. I'm 27. The first time I got high was not last June, but the June before that. It was June of 2023 when I went to Florida. I believe that's when I went to Florida. I went to Florida to hang out with friends and just to finally treat myself to my very first vacation with my partner Sophie at the time. I didn't know Chris back then. And it was magical. And then when we finally were able to hang out with our friends, we decided, well, beforehand I was preparing this, I was expecting it. I wanted it, actually, to finally try marijuana and also shrooms. I have not done it since, but that day, me and Sophie shared a very strong edible brownie, which was pretty good. We both took a couple hits off of a one-hitter. I'm not really sure what it's called. And we both ripped the bong a few times. It was a night to remember. We started at 12, and I didn't start sobering up until 12. It was a lot, driving still high on shrooms and weed for the very first time, trying to find a hotel at 12 to 2 a.m. because a few of the first hotel we found was booked full for the night. And I will always have that memory. That was an experience. I swear I had a lot more to talk about before. I still have so many different dreams and ambitions, desires to make different content. I want to stream, I want to record, I want to get into art. We recently bought some drawing pads off of eBay on a whim because I said it was a good idea, and they were all obsolete pieces of crap, and I didn't realize that. It was the Windows Surface RT. Don't get one. Thankfully, we were able to return all of them. But I'm looking at a Huion tablet, possibly I think it's a Canvas 13. I might get it secondhand, I'm not sure, off eBay, perhaps. But with that, I wanted to start doing art streams. That was the main goal and objective of getting an art tablet. Because one thing I have been craving is to get back into art. But I've also found a newfound confidence and love for cooking. I've always loved cooking, baking, fermenting, you name it. Food related, I either tried it or really want to try it. So I was looking at culinary school as well, which surprisingly would only be $8,000 at MCC, or it used to be MCC, for a full 2-year culinary arts degree, which is very cheap for a degree in America. Whether or not it's still that price, I don't know, but it has been insanely tempting. But one thing I need to do is I need to find ways to make more money. I was considering applying to Aldi's because one of my coworkers used to work at Aldi's and she swears by it. It's a German company, they treat their employees very well, even in America, which is inspiring. to actually give it a shot and see what would happen. Still have that one. Let's try to aim for a purple this time around. Alright. One thing I always tend to do is I've always relied on input and feedback and other people's direction. Thankfully, through all of this self-growth and through partners, I have learned to be assertive. I'm not perfect, I'm far from it, but I am learning. And it has been a wonderful experience to do so. But that's something I'm still trying to figure out, is how to live for myself, even still. I don't want to have to rely on asking every single time I record a video, what should I do next? What do you guys want to see? Etc., etc. I don't want to have to rely on other people to make decisions for me anymore, because I have done that a lot. That's not healthy. I've been doing that since I started this damn channel. Since I started my very first channel. I think I was around 12 to 13 when I recorded my very first ASMR video on Minecraft. That was 14 fucking years ago. I have met so many people and grown so much since then. It's crazy. It's absolutely crazy. A lot of life perspectives change as you get older in different ways than I expected. A lot of people get it wrong, especially older generations, the more close-minded of them anyways. Of course, my parents are conservative, stupid, simple-minded folk. It doesn't really matter what you tell them, they're always gonna be that way. Unfortunately. But their idea of what I was ignorant about growing up were things that I still haven't changed. Things that I really did know. My views on the world haven't altered, Old boomers will say things like, you'll get more conservative as you age, so on and so forth, which is a huge load of shit, which I'm sure many people can resonate with and understand, and know that that is true. I am sort of just rambling at this point, losing my train of thought. I'm still finding myself so stretched thin within my own mind of all of the different things that I want to do and accomplish. Like right now, I'm going to be working on a game. Not creating my own, but running a game of Beast World for Chris and Sophie as a bonding exercise more than anything, but also practice for myself to be a better dungeon master and to be more confident. I used to be a really decent dungeon master for a short time, but for some reason the confidence I had that I don't know where it came from quickly disappeared, and I started to get harder and harder on myself, and it just got really ugly. It got really ugly, and I still don't really understand what happened. I think maybe it was the way I talked to myself, or the perfection I was trying to pursue. Whatever it was, it tore me apart. And I'm trying to rekindle that. I've been trying for a long time to rekindle that, but one thing I've learned, and a bit of advice that ChatGPT gave me, was forcing yourself to just try. Being proud that you did anything at all. Not being hung up on it being perfect, but just enjoying the fact that you put effort in. Respecting that, respecting yourself. I am butchering it a little bit here, quite a bit, as I do say, but that fear of failure, that fear of not being perfect, of convincing yourself if it's not perfect, why even bother? Even if that's not entirely what you say, that's likely the root deep down. I don't want that burden anymore. I want to embrace the cringy side of me. I want to grow and have fun and not be restrained by anxieties of judgment and self-conscious BS that just holds you back more than it helps. I want to be able to learn how to sing. I wouldn't mind learning how to dance. I want to be unafraid to express myself. Not at the whim of whoever insults me on the internet or even in real life. I want to have the self-respect to not listen to others, because other people, they can't matter if you choose, but the ones that insult you, the ones that bring you down, they don't matter. They don't have to anyways. We make them matter in our head because it confirms all of those insecurities we have. All of those fears of not being good enough, of being an embarrassment. So what? So what if we're an embarrassment? So what if you're cringy? People who do cringy bullshit have a lot more fun than uptight assholes who are always constantly afraid of other people's perception of them. That's such a heavy burden. Such an unnecessary one. Imagine choosing to be unhappy for your entire life to please people you'll never interact with, that'll never care about you, that'll forget about you so quickly. That's such a sad thought. Yet, more people are doing that than not. So yeah, I'm a trans furry. I have this long little list of titles that I put in all of my bios now. That I'm a 27-year-old pansexual polyamorous transgender furry. Yeah, I have a wig of blue hair. I fit the stereotypes. And I think that's pretty fucking funny, and fun, and cool, and interesting. Why bother fighting the stereotypes? Why be insulted by them, by people who don't actually give a shit about you or what you're doing? Because 99% of the people who throw insults and get angry are just angry at themselves. They see other people being happy, doing what they want, enjoying themselves, and whether or not they have the patience or thought to ask themselves why they can't enjoy it like other people, they tend to just bring other people down, and they're not actually happy themselves. It's always just projection and fear and confusion. Because we're all afraid, we all don't know what the fuck we're doing. But some of us are just a lot more brave than others. Because people can say whatever the fuck they want about trans people, about LGBTQ people, but they're far more courageous and less of a bitch than all of the MAGA hats and conservative idiots out there. Blue enemies? Interesting. Oh, I see another upgrade. Alright. I should probably be getting to bed. It's really late. But I have been meaning to record a video like this for a while. And it has not worked out pretty much every time I've tried. But right now, I'm feeling pretty good. Whether or not I'm high, I don't think I am anymore. I think I'm sober. I feel sober, besides being tired. It's very easy for me to lose my train of thought and forget what the hell I was talking about. buttons to make them explode. Milestones tab. Cool. Circular. Oh, that was the explosive one. This game is addicting. I've barely had time to play games lately. So this has been very therapeutic on many levels and something I've needed to do for a while. I'm very glad I got to because, just lately, it's not that I've needed to win. I was able to impress myself quite a few times recently. Oh. The other day, I cooked an entire Thanksgiving dinner for the very first time by myself. Pretty much. I had some minor help, but it was kind of crazy to finally actually do that. I was dreading it. I was kind of terrified of it, but I also was just having faith in myself that I'd do okay. Because it's not really that hard. It was actually very easy compared to what I thought it would be like. I have also been working in a kitchen, so I'm getting used to that kind of thing. How to properly pace myself and get ready for tasks. I wasn't even on Adderall. I was actually high while doing it the whole time. And that made the food taste even better. I got some turkey. I think I got a turkey breast. I got a decent amount of turkey breast. And some turkey legs. They came out alright, but I'm not a big fan of dark meat. So it wasn't my favorite. But I also made a sweet potato casserole with mushrooms on top, of course. I made a cranberry fluff salad. I'm going to be making that again tomorrow for second Thanksgiving, which I'm going to be bringing to a family gathering. And that should be a pretty good hit. Also made deviled eggs. I had a can of biscuits. I wanted to bake my own, but I just knew that I'd have too much on my plate, so I decided it's fine to just take the easy route sometimes. Jeez, I did really bad that wave. That didn't last that long at all. Because I prestiged again. Yeah, I think it's because I prestiged again. Prestiging is pretty rough. It's a shame that the attack speed is gated. Oh, I should have spent it on that one. Unlock a new prestige level when you beat the boss of the previous one. Each prestige level increases both enemy stats and resource gain. I'm gonna go back to second prestige. This is much better for farming the red stuff. Jeez, this game is addicting. I wonder if I'm gonna get a boss in this one or not. It looks like I can't progress any further. So I can't farm the boss in each particular way. I have to start fresh. But this can give me quite a bit of red resources and blue ones. There we go. Nearly 1,000. Attack damage, spawn rates. I don't know. I'm gonna go for more attack damage. Restore. Yeah, I think that's a good one. Breach. Oh wait, milestones. No. I'm so close to that one. Prestige. Double explosion. Nope. Nice. Ouchie. I'm gonna keep putting it into damage. And I think I'm gonna do just one more wave here, and then I'll call it, because I have been going on for nearly an hour. It's 4 AM, and I really need to get to bed. I have a big day tomorrow, an even bigger day on Sunday, which I shouldn't talk about on YouTube. I swear there's probably things I haven't talked about, like my current situation relationship-wise, which I could talk about. It's like, technically, we're all single. I just noticed that there is a beeping coming from Okay. I thought I heard beeping. What was that? Do I have a watch on my desk? I do. That was annoying. I don't know how watches work. I never use them. Well, I apologize for that. Hopefully that wasn't too loud or annoying and didn't wake you up. That's poor timing. That is very poor timing. But anyways, this is fun. I like this game a lot. Next. Perfect. Critical hit chance. Cool. Alright. I'm gonna end it here. Well, I'm gonna stop playing for right now so I can wrap up with whatever else I was saying, which I think I was referring to relationships. My current standing right now is that we're all single, but we pretty much act like we're all in a relationship still. I'm doing my best to fix damage I've caused, I should say, and damage we've all caused each other. Using this time to explore, work on myself, meet other people, and just try to enjoy life for once in a while. And I don't mean that as to say that I didn't enjoy life or don't enjoy life with them, but that relationships are an incredible amount of work, responsibility. They're a heavy weight, a heavy burden in some cases, especially when it's poly. We have a lot to learn before we're ready for that, and a lot to work on. But I foresee a future where we're all back together again. Not that I ever see us fully leaving each other. Anyways, I think that's it for this video. Thank you very much for watching. I hope you enjoyed it. I hope you found it relaxing. I hope you found it insightful. If you have any questions, I would love to answer them. I'm going to leave my link tree in the description. Just forewarning, a lot of links there are not safe for work, and you will see things that you may not want to see. Or you'll find things that you really wanted to see. I don't know. I don't know you. I don't know what you're into. But anyways, you can find me there. I go by Mellow Maple on Discord. And, well, right now I'm looking to hang out with friends, to meet new people, to play new games, to make more experiences. And if you're near Enfield, Connecticut, let me know. Add me on socials, talk to me, and maybe we can say hi. Maybe we can play games. Maybe you can teach me something, or vice versa, or both. I'm definitely looking for someone to teach me about art and music and just about life in general. Nightlife, having fun, getting out of the house, doing things, so on and so forth. But anyways, it's time for bed. And hopefully you're either there too or get there soon, because we could all use some rest. Good night, and I will see you in the next video, whenever that is. Bye bye.